Well, hello everyone. My name is Hector Del Castillo and I'm Chief Product Officer at Bold PM. That is my consulting firm. And today's topic is 5 steps for greater business agility. We're going to explore how some companies have performed and how they have actually survived even in hard times as they have been working hard for the last few years at boosting their agility. And we're going to talk about specifically what are some of the results. So we're going to actually get into that discussion pretty quickly. And I want to point out that we're going to be dividing this into 3 parts. The first is we're going to talk about the current situation. What are the trends and challenges that are plaguing product-centric organizations and their teams? Also, we're going to talk about 5 steps as to how organizations can boost agility. And then finally, we're going to have a Q&A, which will be at the end of the discussion. I would like to encourage all of you that if you have any questions you want me to answer, type them into the Q&A. We'll be monitoring that, and then we'll have a moderated Q&A portion before we wrap up today. So let's get started. Current situation. What are some of the things that are going on? Well, first of all, let's talk about what is business resilience and why agility is important. Business resilience this is my definition, is an organization's ability to quickly adapt and respond to business disruptions in such a way that they are safeguarding their people, but also maintaining continuous operations, even in spite of whatever happens. Now, having said that, there's a lot of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity in the world. And often it's really tough to really expect what the unexpected and anticipate the stuff that no one really has thought about would happen. So here's some of the theoretical knowledge about where most organizations want to be at. When you're a startup, you are in a very fragile state. You don't have very many processes, you don't have very much experience, and often you're just testing to see what works and what doesn't work. So you're in a very fragile state. Very quickly, organizations, as they want to scale up, they want to increase and get to the robust level, and that is where you can actually withstand changes in the market, and now you're retaining and capturing customers. And the more resistance, the more robust your business becomes. And that's what the challenge that's what the point of most organizations, that they're trying to remain viable in the marketplace, get to that robust state and continue to maintain that. Well, as you're trying to get into the anti-fragile state, and anti-fragile is kind of a theoretical limit. There are no organizations today that are anti-fragile, but as you want to become anti-fragile, you want to increase your business resilience, and you do so by being able to be in an environment that is highly adaptable, quick to make decisions, and also are able to take advantage of trends that are creating opportunities, and make this and move quickly towards seizing those opportunities. So, kind of summarizing the 3 states, you have the fragile state, which is when you first start. Then you get to grow as a company. You get to a level of robustness where you could withstand forces and you still maintain your business operations. And as you increase resilience, you're trying to get to that theoretical anti-fragile state within your organization, so that no matter what happens, you're still able to operate, you're still safeguarding your people, and you're still keeping your customers happy. So understanding that agility is one of the tools and one of the things that one of the attributes that you want to actually start developing within your organization and make it part of your culture and drive everything that you build and the way you build the business. So business agility has these 4 different attributes, right? You can quickly adjust to strategies in a continuous basis. So you're planning and doing as you go. Make better decisions faster, and respond with flexibility and speed. So you're able to make quick decisions and make sure that you're maintaining them, and you can always make adjustments once you begin deployment. And then you're viewing changes as a growth opportunity. So any changes that happen that are outside of your control, you're always looking for the silver lining and trying to seize those opportunities, because you understand that Whenever any changes happen, there's new opportunities somewhere. You need to find them and then seize them. So agility requires two different things, a combination of both dynamic and stable practices. And often most organizations, as they develop practices, and this is a process and tools, they get stuck to those tools and they kind of fall in love with those tools and actually end up with lots of stable practices and not enough dynamic practices. Agility means that you have to have a balance of both. Here's a study from that McKinsey published in 2017. They did a global survey of CEOs and asked them, where are you at today in terms of dynamic and stable practices? And they found out that there are 4 different quadrants that they separated their responses. And I want to ask, based on this, the number of stable practices and dynamic processes that you see within your company, which quadrant do you believe you're at? Are you in the trap state where you have low number of stable practices, but also a low number of dynamic practices? Are you in the bureaucratic sector, which is high stable practices, but low dynamic practices? Or are you in the startup mode where you have very few stable practices and you have lots of dynamic practices that you're implementing for the first time? Or have you reached the agile state where you have both a high number of stable practices and also a high number of dynamic practices? Type in your answer and just tell me which one of these you believe your organization is today, and then we can kind of talk about the results of this particular survey. And I'm going to share. So you can just type in, we're in the startup mode or you were in a bureaucratic mode. Type that in the chat, share that, and I'd like to at least be able to engage you and take a look at that and then compare to what the survey results from McKinsey said. And here's the results. Only 22% back in 2017 of the CEOs that responded believed that their organizations were completely in an agile state. And this included a lot of multinational corporations around the world, CEOs of multinational corporations. And it really shows that the majority are either in a trapped or in a bureaucratic state. And over 75% also are in startup mode, meaning that they're still dominated with dynamic practices and very few stable practices. Not a very good formula for if you really want to be able to hone in on seizing opportunities whenever many changes are happening in markets and you're you can't even anticipate them. You just need to be prepared often to act quickly. So this is the struggle of most organizations. In addition, COVID-19 hit in 2020, and here are some of the challenges that product-centric organizations.
Hi there, hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Malutis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.